Hey there, Virgo. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today on my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for the second half of November 2020. So if you are a returning viewer, you probably know I typically upload, or at least I try to upload at least 3 videos a month for each sign. But this month I've got some stuff going on at the end of the month with some family, and I've got some other things I'm tending to, so I'm unable to record and upload videos. So I'm going to record 2 per sign, and this one will be for the second half of November. So Virgo, I want to remind all of my viewers that of course this is a general reading, and that means that it can apply to any kind of situation, any kind of circumstance, any kind of relationship that you're dealing with. It's important to remain flexible with the energy. You might be represented by any of the characters that may show up in the cards, regardless of the gender of the cards. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not. So take what does and leave behind the rest. My hope is that you enjoy the reading, of course. I hope that it resonates, and more than anything else, I hope that you get something beneficial out of it in some way, shape, or form. So Virgo, we'll get started here after a couple more shuffles. I want to say a big thank you to all of my returning viewers. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks for coming back for more videos. If you are brand new to my channel or you're unfamiliar, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and checking out my readings. I hope that they resonate, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you stick around for more. If you do want more specific information regarding my readings and my channel, you can go ahead and check out the description box below. Okay, Virgo, let's get to it and see what we've got in the cards for November 2020. 6 of Swords and the 3 of Swords in reverse. The Tower. The Moon. Eight of Pentacles. Three of Wands in reverse. The Sun in reverse. And then the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, Virgo, so I get the feeling like you're trying to leave behind some heartbreak. I mean, that's almost it's almost too obvious with these 2 cards, right? You're trying to get away from some kind of heartbreak so that you can heal. This could have to do with a relationship or connection that didn't pan out for you. But I feel like you were left kind of in the dark with regard to the situation. I don't think that you have clarity, but I think you're trying to leave it behind. So this could be a situation of unrequited love, for example, or a connection that just kind of fizzled out and maybe you're not sure why, or you know, maybe there was some kind of heartbreak and you just need to leave it behind and leave it in the past. I think you put a lot of time and effort into this connection. You may have put a lot of energy into it and just didn't get anything in return, or didn't end up it didn't end up panning out as you expected. And I do feel like this has to do with a connection. Again, it could be something that you really wanted and the other person didn't. The unrequited love, maybe a friendship where you were putting a lot of energy into it and the other person just wasn't returning that. It wasn't reciprocated. Something of that nature. I think with the Sun in reverse and the Moon coming out here, I think that there's definitely some uncertainty, or you might feel like you're in the dark as to why things didn't work out. Maybe this person ghosted you, or maybe there's a lack of communication, or maybe there's some reluctance to be honest. Maybe there's some secrets that haven't been revealed, something of that nature, Virgo. So let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get. Ace of Swords. And there's the Lovers in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. My coffee's nice and warm and my hands are really cold. I try to avoid turning on the heater because it's expensive. It's expensive to heat this house. I live in this concrete building and it gets really cold when it's cold outside. We get condensation on the windows and stuff. But so when you do turn on the heater, it takes a while for the house to heat up and it's expensive. But I had to buckle and turn on the heater, so I did. Anyway, Virgo. So I feel like the one thing you are clear about is that this relationship was going nowhere. You weren't getting anywhere within this connection. It is broken. I think there could be, again, some separation or a lack of communication. The only thing you are clear about is that this relationship is going nowhere. And it's time to leave it behind or let it go or heal from it or get away from the heartbreak in some way, shape, or form. So again, I feel like there's this lack of communication. We have a Queen of Swords out here. This could be your energy or the person that you're dealing with. So I want to remind you, I feel like I'm reading for someone who is unclear regarding a connection or a relationship that maybe didn't transpire or something that you put a lot of energy into that the other person wasn't feeling the same way or the connection was lost in some way. I feel like I'm reading for that person. So this Queen of Swords feels like the person that you're dealing with. So male or female, doesn't matter. I want to remind you that. The Queen of Swords in reverse to me is indicating a lack of communication or inability to communicate. And it is this lack of communication that's keeping you in the dark. So I want to remind you, I'm talking for the person who feels like they don't have the clarity they need. They're trying to get away from some heartbreak. So you could be this Queen of Swords. You could be the person who's not communicating and cause, you could feel like you're cross-watching, in other words. This may have, with Temperance in reverse coming out here, this may have felt like and the Lovers too, this may have felt like one of those connections on a more spiritual level where you were connected by more than just thinking, oh, well, this person's cute or this person's attractive. I'd like to go on a date with them. There's something more here. It may have been a spiritual connection or something you felt more deeply. You felt more deeply about this person. And I think that there is this indication that maybe it was mutual. I mean, I think typically if you feel that way, if you feel like you make that kind of connection on a spiritual level where it's deeper than just thinking someone's attractive, if you make that kind of connection, it usually feels like it's a two-way street, right? It usually feels like it's mutual because I don't think you can have that kind of feeling towards somebody unless it's mutual. So there could be this idea that this is unrequited love on both sides. Maybe something was preventing this relationship from transpiring the way it needed to. Maybe it's a third-party situation, especially with the Three of Swords coming out here as your second card. Something or someone was preventing you from making this connection, Virgo. So, you know, maybe the person you were connecting with was already spoken for, you know, married or whatever the case may be. And that could also be why there's this lack of communication, because it's just not a reasonable thing to do for someone who is taken to communicate with somebody else that they're interested in. Then you have a real, then you have infidelity and you have a real third-party situation. So again, we do have the three, the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords are both out here, indicating a possible third-party situation. Let's get some more cards out here for Virgo and see what else we get for the last half of November 2020. The Emperor. And then the Seven of Cups. I swear that felt like someone just like took it out of my hand and swept it onto the floor. So I think this Emperor is the person that I'm reading for. Male or female, doesn't matter. But this person is taking control by trying to get away from the situation, trying to heal his heart, his or her heart. The one thing they do know is that the relationship didn't work out or isn't going to work out, and they need to heal. That's the one thing they do now know, even though they're surrounded by this confusion or this uncertainty as to why. I think the big question is why. There's the Lovers again, this time in the upright position, clarifying the Tower. The Hierophant, clarifying the Moon. There's Temperance in reverse again, with Temperance in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. This could be a workplace situation. I got to throw that out there because the Eight of Pentacles could indicate that this is a workplace situation or a relationship that may have developed within the workplace. Four of Wands in reverse. Ten of Wands. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out there, but I'll see what else comes out in the cards. I feel like this Queen of Wands in reverse could potentially be that third-party individual who's interfered with this relationship or this connection. She could be the one who's interfered. She could be the problem. Especially with this Ten of Wands coming out here. She could also be the reason why there isn't clarity or an understanding of what happened. So this Queen of Wands, again, if she is the third party responsible for this lack of this connection coming together, this could be a partner of one of the parties. This could be someone who is just sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. This could be someone who is an influential connection, friend, family member, neighbor, somebody who's influential. And meaning, by influential, I mean that she could be someone who talked somebody out of making this connection or somehow prevented the connection from happening by manipulating the situation. I do get a strong sense that there's almost this prevention rather than things just not working out. So whether or not this Queen of Wands is the energy that's responsible for this, there's something in the cards right now indicating that there is there's a lack of clarity regarding the situation because something was preventing it, but it wasn't clear as to what was preventing the connection from transpiring. It may be that both sides are confused about the situation as to why Things didn't move forward. And because of the fact that there is this lack of clarity with regard to why this connection didn't transpire the way maybe you'd hoped that it would, or that both parties, I get the feeling that both parties may have, again, with this, the lovers and coming out here, I get the feeling like this may have been a connection on a deeper level than just, a chance meeting with someone at a party or running into someone at the grocery store. There's something here. There's something deeper here. And I think it was felt by both parties, but it didn't transpire because I think there was something external preventing it from happening. Someone was doing something. Someone was doing the work to make sure that this relationship didn't transpire. It wasn't the working. It wasn't the universe. It wasn't the universe's doing. In other words, I feel like there was, again, some kind of external party that was doing the work to keep this relationship from transpiring. Or stopping it, kept it from moving forward. Someone who was working against the forces of the universe. I say someone again because I'm focused on this Queen of Wands, but it could have been something as well. It could have been, this Queen of Wands in reverse could indicate an inability to act or take control of a situation. So maybe it was location, for example. Maybe these two parties live in two separate parts of the world or parts of the country and couldn't get away because of job or work situation with this Eight of Pentacles out here. I think that this particular type of reading could go any number of different ways. I think there's lots of different potential reasons as to why this type of relationship doesn't come together as it feels like it should. Let's get some more cards out here for Virgo. We have the Five of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is soulmate energy. This could be someone coming back into your life, someone that you've known from your past. This could indicate someone that you have a soul contract with. So in other words, you're meant to spend some amount of time in this world with this individual because you have a soul contract with them. You made this deal, long before you step foot into this 3D dimension that we live in. You made this deal with this person. Let's cross paths at this time in our life and get together and we'll learn some lessons together. It doesn't have to be an intimate partner, although this feels like it probably, that was the intention of the connection, but it doesn't have to be. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And it could be that the timing was just off too, with this coming out and then Temperance in reverse coming out. It wasn't time. The universe wasn't ready for this connection to come together. There's Temperance in reverse again for the third time in the same set of cards. So we have Temperance in reverse. I think you can kind of see it. Temperance in reverse, and then it's down here again. King of Swords in reverse. So now we have the King and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse. And the Ace of Cups again, this time in the upright position. So to me, and with the Six of Pentacles out here, to me this indicates reciprocation, give and take, right? Six of Pentacles can indicate charity or giving to others in need or providing help and assistance, but it can also be a reciprocation, give and take, that kind of thing. So there was a mutual connection here between this emperor and whoever he's dealing with. I don't think it's this Queen of Wands, because she's the one who didn't want it. She's the one who prevented it from happening. I mean, I almost feel like this could be more clear, that this is the individual responsible for the disconnect. So again, I don't know if there was something malicious on the part of this Queen of Wands. There's some kind of malicious reason for her preventing this connection. Or this could indicate a current partner of one of the parties involved in this unrequited love connection. So she may not have actively done anything. Again, she may not have actively done anything, but just her presence in one of the relationships would prevent something from transpiring. With Temperance coming out here 3 times, again, it's almost like no amount of work that you put into this relationship would make it any different or change the situation, because it's just not right. It's not, the timing's not right, or it's not possible for this connection to happen in this moment in time. And even if there was communication, I feel like there's a significant lack of communication, especially with this King of Swords coming out here as well. Nobody's making any moves to talk. Nobody's talking, and that's because both parties may know it's just not. This is not possible. This connection right now, in this moment in time, yes, we've connected. We've met each other. We know that there is this spiritual connection, but we also know that the timing's not right. We can't move forward with this because the universe says no, not now. Sorry, not now. Here's the other piece of that, though. And this is my personal opinion, but I think it's probably true for this situation. Maybe it's not time for this connection right now, but it will be time for this connection to transpire one of these days. This is not one of those connections or spiritual relationships that you meet somebody and you feel this connection, and then you're like, oh shit, we can't get together because so and so's involved, or we live in different parts of the country, or my job is preventing me from connecting with this person. It's not just something you just dismiss and then you never think about again. In my opinion, especially with all these major arcana cards that are coming out, I mean, they're all over the place. There is this indication that this relationship absolutely was meant to be. The universe is indicating, yeah, you're right. Your feelings are 100% on target with regard to this person. You're feeling what you should be feeling, because this is exactly what this relationship is supposed to be. But you guys just met each other too early. Timing's not right. Not yet. So there's this unknown piece to this. There's like, well, why? Why can't we go ahead and make this happen if we both know that it's supposed to be? Well, because maybe whoever's connected with this Queen of Wands still has some things that they need to deal with before they can connect with you. Or if this Emperor is currently involved with this Queen of Wands, he's like, shit, I met the one, but I'm attached to this person. We have many different soulmate connections that we have in our lives. They're not just romantic, intimate connections. These are people that are meant to be, again, in our lives, on our path, so we can learn some lessons and grow spiritually with and because of the connections we make, and the lessons we learn because of them. I'm going to get this last round out for you, Virgo. I feel like I'm rambling. need to stop myself sometimes. Okay, so just stop and get some more cards out already. So there's the Queen of Wands again in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think this Emperor is tied up with this Queen of Wands. I think that's absolutely the case. And it could be that, again, I say third party because it could be someone that you're currently involved with. And so obviously you're not going to make that kind of connection with somebody else while you're involved with. And I'm not saying, okay, let's just get some more cards out before I start rambling. Let's get some more cards. Six of Wands. Justice in reverse. Two of Cups. With the set of Temperance cards. Ace of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords. And then the Two of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles, I think, is the person, this connection, the unrequited love connection. The Queen of Pentacles is the person that you're dealing with regard to this lover's connection. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very loyal, somebody who's very nurturing, compassionate, puts others first. This could be, this is a maternal figure. It could be someone who's an actual mother. And again, if you're a male watching and you feel like you're this person, you can certainly embody that kind of nurturing energy, mothering energy, putting other people first. Loyalty, compassion, love. I think this is the person that this Emperor is leaving behind or walking away from because of the unrequited love piece. Now the Queen of Wands in reverse showed up here with this Emperor energy. And so, especially with the Six of Swords, this could be indicating that this Emperor needs to move away from this individual first before making this other connection. Or this could indicate that this Emperor is moving away from this unrequited love connection with this Queen of Pentacles because he is involved with this individual. And I don't see any indication of separation or somebody ending a relationship for the purpose of moving towards another relationship. That's not necessarily in the cards here. That could potentially be why there's a lack of communication, because that's understood that this person's not going to leave this Queen of Wands for somebody else at this point in time. There's just, with the Ace of Wands coming out here, this is a missed connection. The timing's off. But the Ace of Wands can also indicate that there's a delay or postponement, that it's not meant to be yet. Things aren't stable, things aren't right just yet. Your ships are not coming in yet. But I just feel strongly that that's, if this connection hasn't been made in this present time, it's not necessarily a done deal. I think it probably feels bad. It probably feels like this is wrong. This is not the way things are supposed to be. This is not, it doesn't feel right. If you meet that person that you make that kind of connection on a spiritual level, then why can't it be? It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. taking this one? I guess I'm taking this one. 5 of Earth in reverse. I have a hunch that this card is going to make perfect sense for this type of reading. So I just want to say, before I go any further, before I read this card, I haven't gone too far into the motivation of this Queen of Wands and why she appears to be the third party involved in this situation, and the reason behind this connection failing. But I'm reluctant to attribute any kind of reason behind why this is true, because I think it could go any number of different ways. This could definitely be someone who is displaying jealousy or envy, someone who is purposely preventing a connection. This doesn't have to be, again, this doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic partner for this emperor. This could be a friend who's very close to this emperor, and they're like, no, this Queen of Pentacles is not right for you. Stay away from her. I mean, it could be that. It could be someone who's a family member, who's sticking her nose where it doesn't belong and somehow preventing this connection from transpiring. And again, it could be as innocent as it's, someone who's a current partner of this emperor, and so it's preventing this connection. There's any number of ways that this could go. She is in reverse twice, so she could be dealing with some shadow energy. And with this 5 of Earth coming out here in reverse, I think this is probably going to apply to this Queen of Wands. I'm going to read this and we'll see what it says, and then try to wrap this up. So this is a potential blockage if it's in reverse, and it's just about a half of a page. Okay, Virgo, so here we go. There is a wee devil within all of us who whispers that we are acting for the greater good or not at fault where others are concerned. Does that voice encourage you to laugh aside the fears and concerns of loved ones, or to respond with defensive anger? It is time to let your conscience guide you instead of your selfish desires. Remember, your actions and choices have the power to do lasting hurt to others. Are you choosing to be blind or to turn your back on those who love you in order to cater to your own self-interests, bad habits, or addictions? Are you gambling with someone else's future happiness as well as your own? It is easy to say that those you hurt are responsible for what they choose to feel and how they react, but embrace this belief even if it is true. But embracing this belief, even if it is true, still shows a marked lack of empathy and understanding. Your words and deeds have influence and consequences. Do not deceive yourself into believing that you are above reproach or accountability. When the reversed 5 of Earth appears, you are being cautioned against arrogance and pride. Understanding and consideration for others is needed at this time. So again, I indicated that I thought, because I'm familiar with this card, I knew it probably would apply to this Queen of Wands, and this does appear to give a little bit more clarity with regard to maybe this person's motives with the prevention of this connection or this relationship. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, that the prevention of this connection or this relationship between this Queen of Pentacles and Emperor individual, it's a spiritual connection. It's one that's meant to be. This person is preventing it from happening. And this very well could have been written in the stars as well. You could have a soul agreement with this individual as well, that this person was meant to learn some kind of karmic lesson related to this situation or circumstance. If this person is indeed in control of preventing something from happening that should happen, then this person is obviously going to learn something from this experience. And again, I don't think that this Emperor and this Queen of Pentacles are never going to see each other again. I get quite the opposite feel from these cards. It could be that this whole experience was meant to transpire for the sake of this individual. so they could learn something from their actions and their intentions. Because I do feel like this person's responsible for what happened here. Okay, Virgo. I'm going to leave that here. I hope that the reading was enjoyable. If not enjoyable, hopefully it at least resonated and helped you in some way, shape, or form. So I really appreciate you joining me. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, that's always great too. And I will see you next time. Bye, Virgo.